남자입니다. 안녕하세요, 여러분들. Oh, I just completely just woke up. No shower, no nothing. This is my absolute wake up look, guys. This is my absolute wake up look. Usually I wake up and I'll shower and then, hair and everything will fall into place. But today, I woke up. You see, I'm still having my morning flu. Excuse me. And I woke up and I think my hair looks great. So, I just woke up, haven't showered. I woke up probably 10 minutes ago. And yeah, happy Sunday. 좋은 일요일입니다. 요즘 말이야. 요즘 한국말 실력 진짜로 떨어지고 있는 것 같아. 자꾸 막 실수도 하고 더듬더듬하고. 베이비 봐주고 있다면 안녕 베이비 사랑해. 진짜 한국말 많이 해야 될 것 같아. 많이 안 하면 진짜 잊어버릴 수도 있잖아. And for those of you who just joined me, welcome. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Istanbul. I just woke up like 10 minutes ago. As you can hear my voice, I still have my morning flu. And I hadn't showered. And yeah, when pigs fly, whoa, I don't know what to make of that name. Hello, welcome. If you're new to my live stream, welcome. It's a live stream every morning here in Istanbul. Yes, I've been living here in Istanbul for about 1.5 years. I show you guys something about Istanbul and then grab a coffee, chit chat about anything and everything about my very crazy life. It happens at 10:30 a.m. Turkish time. Hopefully daily. I don't do this as a living, so I say daily, but sometimes I just skip when I don't feel like doing it. And today it's a very sunny day. The kind of good weather for human beings and bad weather for us vampires. But very nice sunny day, 12 degrees Celsius. I think this is the kind of weather most human like to go out and have fun, sunny but not hot. Actually quite chilly, about 12 degrees Celsius. So yesterday we were out, yeah? If you missed it, yesterday's live stream, we went to the Bosphorus Straits. The beautiful Bosphorus Straits of Istanbul, which is only 10 minutes in that direction. Actually today it's like sunny but not super extreme sunny. But still, this is enough sun to melt a vampire, so. And welcome. Welcome Andy Yu from Singapore. Welcome. And once again, if you are watching, thanks a lot to my landlord's family for hosting me dinner yesterday and then tapao for me all these things for me so that I can eat today. Homemade, they call it ching burek, which is Chinese spring roll with sarma, Turkish sarma. It's very delicious, by the way. And the rice is homegrown rice. So this is 100% homemade down to the ingredients. The rice is homegrown. This is spring roll. She made Chinese spring roll for me, and it's not ready made, Everything is made from scratch, from the ingredients to the wrapping. It's incredible. Really, thanks a lot to my landlord's family. You see, my landlord, technically my landlord is the father of the family. But only his son lives here as my neighbor in Istanbul. The family lives in Ankara. Okay, they work in Ankara, right? And so they visit from time to time. And this time around they're visiting for the weekend only, and even just one weekend. hosted me dinner like this at, at my landlord's place. Feel very, very warm. This is my first family setting meal in many years. I can't even count. I don't know. I cannot count. Because to me, like my family setting meal is just me and my wife, yeah. I cannot recount the last time I sat down with a family, with elders, and wow, that's probably at least 7 years ago. 6-7 years ago. With parents and brothers and sisters together in a family setting, eating in a family setting with parents and brothers and sisters, probably 6 to 7 years ago. At least. So I'm very grateful. Once again, if you guys are watching, chúc tới siguro edurum sao. I really enjoy myself. Even the rakı, which is the Turkish vodka, is homemade. They make their own rakı. They make their own everything. They made their own rakı. They make their own rice. They grow their own rice. They grow their own vegetables, and all the food is all handmade by the mother. It's crazy. It's just such a warm, welcoming, and such an incredible family. Yeah. And the nice effort, yeah. And the noodle. If you check out my Instagram yesterday, I posted a photo of our dinner on Instagram. And even noodle, she made Chinese fried noodle, 炒面. Oh, incredible. I haven't had like of course I had 炒面 and spring roll in the Chinese restaurants here, so it wasn't that long ago. But this is better, way better. Oh, not to mention the rakı they make is way better than Yeni rakı, which is the over-the-shelf rakı. Way better. I had quite a lot. I have like 3 glass full, and that is a lot. Imagine 3 glass, this kind of glass full of vodka. Yeah, 3 glass full. I had a lot. So today I woke up, I slept a lot, and I just woke up 5-10 minutes ago. I haven't showered. No shower. You see all my hair is like all over the place. No shower. And you can hear from my voice, my morning flu is still on. Wang Pricha, Bula Bula, Istanbul. Oh, that's a song, right? I think I heard a song like this. It's a very nice rap song, isn't it? For those of you who just joined me, welcome. In case you're wondering what the hell this live stream is about, it's a live stream where every morning here in Istanbul, yes, I've been staying here in Istanbul for almost 1.5 years now. I show you guys something about Istanbul and then grab a coffee and chit chat about anything and everything about my crazy life all over the world. And today in Istanbul, it's a very sunny day here in Istanbul today. Very sunny but very cool day. Very cool spring day. 12 degrees Celsius, good sunshine. This is the kind of day human beings love to be out. You know, like so cool, so good sun and not hot. Yeah. But this is the kind of day vampires like me stay indoors. So I'm so sorry. Like yesterday, we went to the Bosphorus Straits together. Okay, if you missed it, okay, please rewatch yesterday's episode. So yesterday was a fully cloudy day, and we went to the Bosphorus Straits. Okay, that's the kind of day vampires like me go out of our home. But this kind of day, no. This kind of days, vampires, we stay home. Huh? So welcome. And this is 100% my kind of like one of my favorite Turkish food. It's called sarma, lahana sarma. It's a wrap in olive with spice rice. The rice is a very unique spice, very unique blend of spice, very Turkish smell. Why I say Turkish smell? Because this blend of smell I've only experienced here in Turkey. It's not the Indian kind of smell. Not the Indian kind of spice or smell. It's very oily. I'm gonna have to wash my hand. Pour myself a fork. So how's everybody's Sunday? I said this is a chit chat program. I don't start my stream with anything to say. I just wake up, turn on the phone, grab a coffee, and see who turns up to chat for anything, like a coffee shop, like the old time coffee shop. Back in my days, back in my days, in the 80s, we didn't have internet, we didn't have social media, So back in the 80s, what do you do to meet friends? Sometimes it's too much of a hassle to call each other up. Because why? People are rarely at home. And back in those days, there were no mobile phones, okay? So you cannot just, call, who are you? Where are you? Come, let's meet up. You can't. Because why? Because as long as they're not at home, you cannot reach them. So you know what we do? We just go to a cafe, the regular cafe, where we know all our friends usually turn up at a certain time. And we just sit down, grab a coffee, and then we wait. And then without posting any social media and without having to call each other up, friends starts turning up without notice. And then grab a coffee and we just chit chat about anything. Those were the old days, in the 80s. In the 80s and a little bit of the 90s was like that. To me, those were the golden days. I don't know how internet and mobile phones and all these so-called conveniences took the magic out of all this, And honestly, I don't feel more convenienced. Honestly, I feel more inconvenienced. Yeah, I feel more inconvenienced by the internet and by mobile phone. The kind of hassle, you're hassled 24 hours a day. People expect to be able to reach you at any time of the day, any day. Yeah, to me, the modern technology is more of a hassle than a convenience. But back in those days, in the 80s, in the 90s, it was so well balanced. Oh yeah, I'm born in the 70s, in the mid 70s, not even the late 70s. Okay, 46 years old this year. Yeah, I'm born in the mid 70s, not even the late 70s. 46 this year. That's why most people discover my channel through my anti-aging videos. Yeah, more anti-aging than anything else. But like anti-aging is just one thing that I do really well, but I do a lot of things really well. Well, NSW, you didn't know. NSW, you have been watching my channel for years, I think. I didn't know I was born in the 70s. In case you guys are wondering, what am I chewing on? This Turkish food, Turkish sarma, or Turkish wrapped rice. This is our rice, no? Actually, this wrapped rice feels a little bit like the Chinese yonic chicken, Chinese lotus leaf chicken, something like that. What do you guys call that? What do you guys call that? Lo mai kai? Lo mai kai. It's like lo mai kai of Turkey, and it's made by my landlord. Even the rice was planted by my landlord. Even the rice is not over the counter. It's crazy. Fully handmade, fully homemade. Even the rice, yeah, they grow rice in the backyard. Can you believe it? Welcome to Turkey, man, where people grow rice in the backyard. It's crazy. This is the first time I've ever heard. I know people plant all kinds of crazy stuff in the backyard. Some plant like marijuana in the backyard. Some plant like most plant vegetables in the backyard. But this is the first time I hear about people planting rice in the backyard, and that's my landlord. Incredible. NDU. He Fan. Oh, yeah. So the He Fan of China, it's like big, right? Like this. But the Turkish version made it bite-sized like this and called it sarma. Sarma. You need the R sound. Sarma. Most Asian people are not good at this R sound. So nice. So bite-sized. I just woke up like 10-15 minutes ago. I didn't even showered. I look fully natural, fully wake up, not even showered. Oh, I'm quite surprised that NSW, you didn't know that I was born in the 70s. Quite surprised because you've been watching my channel for like what years? I think years. When pigs fly, I'm trying to grow corn in my grandma's backyard. Let's just say it didn't work out. It's like everything I plant just dies out. No, when pigs fly, it's not your fault. When you plant something and they die, it's the problem the soil, not your problem. Okay, so don't make it your problem. When the soil failed you, don't think you failed the soil. Okay, it's just not good soil, that's all. Or unsuitable soil, that's all. Marcus Parkers, do Turks think you're from Central Asia? No, most people instantly know I'm an East Asian. Of course, they don't think I'm from. I don't look anything Central Asia. NDU, not surprised because you don't look way younger. NDU, I mean you look way younger. I don't know, but the thing is, all of you who has been on my channel for so long, for like years, right? Most of you have been on my channel for years. All of you know how old I am. I'm so surprised because NSW has been on my channel for a very long time, for years. I'm so surprised that he or she didn't know that I'm born in the 70s. And it is a privilege. It is an absolute privilege to have been born in the 70s. Because I lived through two completely different worlds. The pre-internet world and the post-internet world. I lived through both of these worlds as functioning adults. So I completely lived in the pre and post world. And not like I was very young in the pre-world and didn't know what's going on. Oh, I lived a full life in the pre-world and then the post-world. And I say it has been an absolute privilege. If you have been born in the 70s, you need to thank God for it, because amazing. Our experience of life is nothing those folks born in the, I would say, 90s, or I wouldn't say maybe even 80s. Folks born in the 80s and 90s cannot match our life experience. People born in the 70s are just so privileged in terms of life experience. NSW, you work early 40s. You look early 40s. Or if I look early 40s, then there's no big surprise, isn't it? JL, look forward more anti-aging video. Actually, I don't have many more things to say about anti-aging. I made about 170 videos on all my anti-aging thinkings and tips. I don't think I have very much more to say about that, honestly. All those videos are really like all my best tips and things that I still do on a daily basis. And it's already 170 of them. I don't know how much more you want to do on a daily basis. Oh, in case all of you are wondering, what am I munching on today? My landlord made this for me yesterday for dinner. And these are the leftovers from dinner, and she so kindly, tapao for me. Gave me a takeaway. All homemade. So again, I'm really thankful for my landlord for last night's dinner. It was my first family setting dinner for many years, probably 6-7 years maybe or more, where you have adults and families together eating in the same table. I've not done that for many years. And last night was an absolute privilege. And the first time I eat with a Turkish family, absolute privilege to be in that setting and to see firsthand, experience firsthand what it's like in a Turkish family. And of course, the amazing food, all homemade. Oh, Turkish people are so into homemade, homemade and homegrown. For us, most people go as far as homemade, yes, but they go as far as homegrown. They grow their own rice. The rice was from their own backyard. The vegetable, the homegrown. Even this is a Chinese spring roll. Chinese spring roll. Here we call it Qing Boyorek. Chinese spring roll. Chinese people or Asian people buy the spring roll ready-made and fry them, but they made it everything from scratch. Roll the skin, put the ingredients, roll and fry. Wow. Not even Asians do that. And I spent so much time in China. I've never seen any Chinese family do that. Like never. English is so crazy. 다시 한번 첫 대식가이들은 다시 한번 진짜 진심으로 감사합니다. Well, really, really thank you. If you're watching, it's been a great honor and privilege. I hope that you guys come to Istanbul again, because my landlord don't live in Istanbul. The family lives in Ankara, and only the son lives here as my neighbor. And I always hang out with his, not always, but as always as I would like to. Yeah, I hang out with their son, who is my neighbor. JL, nice. Do you miss Singapore food, or how do you stop your craving for? I think most people you miss Singapore food on the first few years, but I lost it after after 5 years overseas. Yeah, after 5 years, I don't miss any kind of food anymore. And everywhere I go, I just adapt to the food. Like here in Turkey, I eat Turkish food most of the time. I don't miss any other food. Yeah. I don't miss Singapore anything, to be honest. It's like my connection with Singapore culture and stuff has been severed somewhere down the road. I don't feel it anymore. It's been too long. I mean, if you want to add up the years that I've not actively lived there, it's probably about 25 years. It feels like a different lifetime already. Elijah, hello. Oh, hello, Elijah. 안녕하세요. 좋은 일요일입니다. 일요일 아니구나. 토요일이야? In case you guys are wondering, I just woke up like 10 minutes ago. Okay, 20 minutes ago. Not showered. This is my all natural look, not even showered. And still having my morning flu, as you can tell. Welcome. Wow, quite a crowd today. Happy Sunday to all of you, or Saturday night if you are in America. And this is a very sunny and cool day here in Istanbul today, about 12-13 degrees Celsius this morning, and it's very sunny. I don't have to walk all the way to but you can tell. You can tell, yeah. It's very sunny today. This is the kind of weather humans love to go out, where it's sunny but not hot, 12 degrees Celsius in the sun. But still, this is too much sun for vampires like me. Anti-aging vampires, we stay away from this. That's why yesterday we went to the Bosphorus. So if you would like to see what Istanbul is like, do check out yesterday's video, right? Yesterday's live stream. You can watch all the past episodes on my channel. When pigs fly. My neighbor made cheesecake and brought it over as a welcome to the neighborhood. Gift. Oh, that was nice. That's nice. That's really sweet. JC, how come you look 23 every time I see you? My wife don't think that way. My wife saying, "Oh, I'm getting older every day. Every time she keeps saying I look older, but honestly, even I don't think so." Oh, pardon my morning flu. I just woke up like 20 minutes ago. Still having my morning flu. I usually have my morning flu for about 1 hour after I wake up. Marcus Parkers, where's your next destination? I don't know. I don't make any plans for this kind of things. You may be surprised, yeah. Most people won't believe it that I don't make plans to go to where or live where. Most people won't even believe it when I say I never planned to be here in Istanbul. Istanbul was not the plan. I don't want to go through all the history again. Istanbul was not the plan, and yet I'm here. And I never planned to be here for 1.5 years, and yet after 1.5 years, I'm still here. Okay, so life just works the way it works. Okay, you don't have to plan for it. Things will just happen. So I don't plan for it. I don't know where's my next destination, but I only know right now Istanbul is home. Yeah. JL, I love Miss bak chor mee, laksa, and nasi lemak if I'm away for a long time. Well, then you are not away for a long time. I know, because the thing is this, I know for most people when you talk about long time, it's like what, 1 month, 1 year, like that's not a long time. Even 1.5 years here in Istanbul is not a long time. I would say to me, in my experience, a long time being in the country is about 5 years and above. That's a long time. Anything lesser than a year to me is a short holiday. Yeah. So I just passed my short holiday phase here in Istanbul. I've been here 1.5 years. So I'm kind of starting to get settled down, right? And kind of not feeling like this is a foreign country anymore. You're away for a long time only when you feel like that country you're in is no longer a foreign country. That's when you're away for a long time. So most Singaporeans, when you talk about being away for a long time, usually they talk about being 1 month, 2 month kind of thing. That's not a long time, okay? If you're truly away for a long time, you will never end up missing the food. You will have gotten over it. It's still, like missing any food is the same as any kind of addiction. You get over it after a while. Or any other habit, you get over that habit after a while. Yeah. So every country I go to, for a long time, I just adopt the local food, local culture, local everything. I localize everywhere I go. Excuse me. So here in Istanbul, I eat Turkish food most of the time. I adapt to Turkish food. Elijah, ne bo ne, Yanka ne. NSW, Singapore is too small. Too small. Do you guys know Singapore is 1/3 the size of Jeju Island? And you think Jeju Island is small? 1/3. Singapore is 1/3 the size of Jeju Island, and I think 10 times the population. It's how congested that is. It's crazy. One-third the size and 10 times the population. It's crazy. I think Singapore, that small, has a bigger population size than some cities in Mongolia. Oh. Elijah. Because he had mentioned good morning. 그렇구나. 정확하게 쓰세요. 진짜 못 따라와. I gotta grab another coffee. Give me a moment. Oh, backache. I only have crappy instant coffee at home. Oh, I don't know how long more I'll be in Istanbul. I don't know if I should just invest in an espresso machine or something. I need some decent coffee at home. Oh, the Nescafe at home is just not cutting it. Like right now, I'm drinking like this. Oh, this is crap, man. This is not coffee. This tastes like charcoal. But if charcoal is all I can get at home, then charcoal be it, you know. Some people ask me what's my superpower. My superpower is my ability to just make do with less than ideal circumstances. Making do with less than ideal circumstances is my superpower. Elijah, even CT is very small. Where's CT? Chinatown? Elijah, bad duck roast. Nescafe is bad any roast. Sometimes I suspect they mix charcoal with coffee. Oh, because it tastes exactly like charcoal. I don't know. I don't know how that happens, but it tastes like charcoal water. After a few days of this Nescafe instant coffee, and then you drink a Starbucks, wow, you instantly understand why Starbucks cost that much. Okay, instantly. Oh, in Starbucks, you know, like last year, if you watch my live stream last year, I told you guys how cheap Starbucks here is, right? That Starbucks Venti Americano, that is the biggest Americano, is only 19 lira last year. What's 19 lira? $1.25 US dollars. $1.25 US dollars last year. But do you know, like lately I bought that same coffee. Do you know how much it cost me right now? 30 lira. Almost twice. But still cheap. Still cheap. It's about $2.50 US dollars. Still cheap, but twice the price right now. That's how bad the inflation is right now here in Istanbul, here in Turkey. Twice the price. Energy bills up 50%. Food, groceries, everything up 50 to 100%. Yeah, very steep inflation here in Istanbul right now. Very steep inflation. So guys, if you're having it bad in your country right now, understand that it's pretty much everywhere in the world. Pretty much everywhere in the world is suffering from the I wouldn't say I would say suffering from the COVID inflation and the Ukraine inflation, okay? The Ukraine war inflation everywhere in the world. It's just a matter of, is it more serious or less serious based on, depending on how your government manage it, but everybody's having it bad. Understand this. Elijah, 아니요. Connecticut. Connecticut. Okay. Connecticut 작아? 잘 모르겠는데. Elijah, same here. JL, how's the cost of living in Istanbul compared to other places? Cheap! Compared to other places, cheap. Now, how do you compare cost of living? So simple. Just compare the price of Starbucks. Very simple. The Venti Americano here is about $2.50 US dollars. What's the Venti Americano in your country? Venti Americano, Starbucks. You just compare this price. Everything else falls into place. It feels something like that. So if Venti Americano costs about $5 US dollars in your country, then you will feel like Istanbul is like 50% cheaper than what you experience in your country. Yeah. Oh, charcoal water. Oh, 100% charcoal water. Elijah, just do what you can. Oh, for what? Elijah, a frap. Oh, you can't compare fraps. I don't know what's the price of the frap. But what's the price of Venti Americano? I can't compare the frap. I don't take that kind of sweet things. I don't drink sweet coffee because it's not coffee. In my opinion, the only real coffee is anything Americano and anything lesser water than Americano is real coffee. I don't know what's fraps like. What's a venti Americano in your country? I know a venti Americano in New York is about $5 plus US dollars. So the cost of you experience like Istanbul, if you are used to prices in New York, Istanbul will feel like half price. Everything is half price to you. Elijah, maybe $2 or $3 in your place, yeah. Then Istanbul won't be that much far off right now. But last year Istanbul was really cheap. Last year Istanbul, I could get venti Americano for about 80 cents to 90 cents US last year at certain places. Yeah, here in Istanbul, right, the Starbucks places, some places are more expensive than other places. Some are cheaper than other places. I don't know how they make their pricing, to be honest. But last year, I can get venti Americano at about 80 cents US at certain places. So if you compare 80 cents US with $2 US, then you see the how cheap Istanbul was last year compared to LA. Yeah, LA, right? Florida or LA, where you are. But this year, everything boom, doubled. So, or the Istanbul don't feel as cheap as last year anymore. Yeah. In fact, right now, I would say, but still, it's still cheap. It's still cheap in that if you can make 1,000 US dollars a month, you live an average life here. And if you make 3,000 US dollars a month, you live a really good life here. It's still like that. Yeah. It's still that kind of a cheap. So 3,000 US dollars here will feel like 6,000 US dollars in your country. Yeah. Yeah. So you live a pretty good life. You don't live like Bill Gates or Elon Musk, okay? But you live a really good life. I live a really good life here. I love my life in Istanbul, to be honest. Istanbul is still the best city that I've ever lived in my experience. Yeah, I've lived in so many countries over the past 25 years. And this is still the best city I've ever lived in. I still feel that way. Yo, Istanbul is that good. If it's good for you, if you can adapt to the food, the culture. Okay, I know some people cannot. I know people who just cannot. I know just people who just cannot adapt to a Muslim majority culture, which actually right here you don't feel it, but it's still a Muslim country. Okay, some people can't get used to this sort of things. I know, but if you can, this is still the best city with the best culture, best everything. 5 things, like I said. Who will remember the 5 things I love about Istanbul? The 5 things. The 5 things. Who will remember the 5 things I love about Istanbul? These 5 things still unbeatable. The combination of these 5 things are still unbeatable to me. I live in places with 3 out of the 5 things, 4 of the 5 things, but never 5 out of 5. Never. Istanbul is the only city I've ever lived in that is 5 out of 5. Some are 3 out of 5, 4 out of 5. But never 5 out of 5. Only here. You guys still remember what are the 5? My 5 criteria for living in any country or city. I can't say country, yeah, because in some countries, different cities are vastly different. Like New York versus California, vastly different. So you cannot say countries, it's very shallow. You have to just say cities. NDU. Season, yes. 4 seasons. Safe, yes. First world country, safe and clean. Clean and safe. Not grimy and dirty. Clean and safe. It feels like a first world country. For 4 seasons, happy people, clean and safe, yeah, happy people. In fact, I tend to put happy people as criteria number 5. You know why? Because this is the make or break. I don't see many happy people in any countries like what I experience here. So the 5 criteria is this: 4 seasons. if there's no Four Seasons, don't even tell me about it. I'm not going. Okay. To me, the first of the 5 criteria is more like a prerequisite. If it's not 5 seasons, don't even talk about it. You don't rank. I'm sorry. If you're not 5 seasons, you don't even rank in my book. That's all. You're out. Okay, out. Not even, you don't even get the interview. 4 seasons. And then second, clean and safe. First world country, clean and safe. Okay. This is first world country, clean and safe here. But criteria number 3, cheap. Places that are first world country, clean and safe are rarely cheap. And cheap places are rarely first world country, clean and safe. I've been to some really cheap places, but they are grimy, dirty, and dangerous. And all the clean and safe places I've been to are never this cheap. Okay, so this is just something really unique. Cheap and safe rarely come together. But then again, there are places that are expensive and still very dangerous. Okay, you know where I'm talking about. So dangerous. So dangerous. I'm so worried for my wife. Another subway shooting in New York. What the hell? What the hell? Really? We pay so much money in New York and we're not protected, and it's dirty, it's dangerous. What the hell? When you're expensive, you jolly well be clean and safe. If you're not clean and safe, you jolly well be cheap. What justifies a place being dirty and dangerous and yet super expensive? I cannot understand this. I cannot understand this. So you guys know, New York ranks very low. Honestly, very low in my ranking. Very low. Oh, and then the country needs to be big and interesting. Having grown up in a country 1/3 the size of Jeju Island, being in a big and interesting country is very important. And finally, happy people. Cheap places, usually clean and safe places are rarely cheap, and therefore rarely cheap places are rarely happy. Okay, and happy people usually comes in very cheap places that are rarely clean and safe. You see how these things contradict each other? So far, Istanbul is the only city that I've ever lived in around the world where I've lived in many. I've lived in all major continents, and in some places you won't even think to visit. Okay, Istanbul is the only city that meets all 5 criteria. It's just amazing. Still my best top number 1 city in the world, Istanbul. Elijah, cheap. Yeah, Elijah. Even Metro North subways need an upgrade. I wonder why we hadn't had maglev tech yet. Yeah. Why? America is supposedly the most advanced country in the world, but no maglev. You see, you get maglev in China. You get maglev in Japan for decades ago. The Shinkansen. Why not? And even maglev in China, homemade. Why no maglev in America? I don't understand this. But that's why America has the most sophisticated weapons in the world. But I'm not here to slam New York or any other countries, right? I'm just saying, Istanbul is still the best city I've ever lived in. And honestly, the food is good. Oh, I love Turkish food. It's to my palate. I love Turkish food. Is really like a cross between Eastern and Western food, like somewhere in between. Very interesting cuisine. But of course, like we all know Turkish food so well. Wherever in the world you live in, yeah, you know kebabs, you know durums, yeah, right? You grew up eating that stuff wherever in the world you are. So it's actually very familiar food. The thing, cutting the döner from the thing, you see that everywhere in the world, and you have eaten it. Yeah. So Turkish food is familiar food. It's not that exotic. I would say if you are a retiree and you are getting pension in US dollars, or you are um, a a freelancer who can work anywhere in the world on your computer, Istanbul is a perfect place to just come and live forever. Mm. Of course, I get people saying things like, "Oh, but Turkish people are racist." And look, I'm gonna tell you, there is no racist place in the world. Every country in the world is racist. Every city in the world is racist. Oh? And people from different cities of the same country are racist against each other as well. See, people just don't like anything that is different. Okay, it's not even a racist issue, but human instinctively do not like any other human that are different. That's all. Okay, and you're gonna experience this so-called racist thing anywhere in the world. It's the same thing. Tell me a country in the world that's not racist. Singapore is extremely racist. Korea is extremely racist. Japan is still struggling with this issue after so long. Third generation, fourth generation foreigners, still a problem. Tell me a country that's not racist. Everywhere is racist, my friend. Because why? Because humans don't like different people. In fact, if you are Korean, if you are from Seoul, and you meet someone from Busan, they're racist against each other. Huh? Korean. Huh? If you're from New York and someone else from Washington, D.C. or maybe Texas, well, it's the same. Elijah, interesting word. Elijah, I think with US they're trying to do the hyperloop. I don't know. I know what US is trying to do. Elijah, it's like a train that's supposed to go very fast. Whatever. I don't think US will ever invest in infrastructure. what you see is what you get, and everything's just gonna rot, decay and rot and become very grimy like Gotham City. Yeah. But you're always guaranteed the most sophisticated weapons in the world because of that. Elijah, I like differences. I see it as a way to grow as a person. Yeah, exactly. See, but the thing is, every time I talk about how much I love Turkey and Istanbul, people give me the same bullshit of, oh, Turkish people are racist. That's why I'm trying to clear up the air here. Everywhere is racist, my friend. There is no such thing as a non-racist country or city. The only thing you can do for yourself is this: you don't be racist against yourself. In fact, most of the time, when I observe people who say they have been treated unfairly, I see that they are being racist against themselves. The other people are not being racist against them. Simple example: Asian dude in America queuing up, white dude cuts in front. He calls it being racist. But if you observe that white dude, he cuts in front of pretty much everyone. So you being an Asian dude and he cuts in front of you and you think that's racism, you're being racist against yourself. Okay, that's just a simple example. That's why in my observation, most people are racist against themselves most of the time. Okay, you have to observe this in yourself. Are you racist against yourself? Most people are racist against yourself. Other people, some idiots, they are not racist against you. They are idiots and they do that to everyone, pretty much. Really. But when they do that to you, you think it's racism. Why? Because you are racist against yourself. If you are racist against yourself, you have no hope of living in another country or city away from home. So you just stay home, please. You cannot live my lifestyle if you are racist against yourself. In my experience, most people who shouts racism are the most racist people that I've ever met. Okay, well, most people who keep talking about and complaining about racism, they are the most racist people that I've ever met in my life, in my experience. There are legit racism things, legit ones, like I have experienced, like legit. Yeah, what's legit? I'll give you an example. This is legit. This is racism. Okay, there was a time, there was a queue for a bus, and then there's a break in the queue and another queue behind. I thought the queue behind is for another bus, so I went behind the first queue, and the guy but I never knew that queue behind was the queue for this bus as well, and there's the break in between is for people to walk through. I didn't know that, so I went to join the back of the first queue, and the guy behind me went like, without knowing what race I am in the first place, in fact, without knowing where I'm from, he went like, well, that's what Chinese people do. They just cut queues and they make a lot of noise. Yeah, let's let them be. Yeah. And he was making this comment like this. And then I said, oh, sorry. I turned around and said, and I didn't even try to correct him that I'm not Chinese in the first place. But anyways, so I tell him that, okay, I didn't know that's the queue. Then you know what he did? No, stay. That's what you kind of people do. That's racism. Okay, that's outright racism. Okay, that's legit racism. But anything apart other than this form of very, very overt racism, then you're being racist against yourself. If someone walks and bangs into you and think that's racism, you're being racist against yourself because that dude bangs into 10 other guys. Okay. Kisha, today is 1st of May, Labor Day. Oh, is it? I don't know. Don't really care. Labor Day or not. Doesn't affect me. Oh, but it's Labor Day in your country. It's not Labor Day everywhere in the world. You see, it's not Labor Day in the US market. To me, I'm only concerned about US market holidays. Okay, it's not a holiday in the US market. 1st of May is not Labor Day everywhere in the world. In America, it's I think 3rd of September or something like that. I can't remember. Every year I have to check and remind myself. Kisha, prices are going up, people are panicking. Yeah, that's everywhere in the world. Yeah, like I just went through the price situation here in Istanbul earlier in this chit chat. So do rewatch this live stream. Excuse me. Rewatch this live stream if you missed it. Just now I went through the price comparison here in Istanbul over the past 1 year. Yeah, it's the same everywhere. Oh, Elijah, I just wish this whole world can accept each other's differences. This world doesn't need a template. Ah, exactly. But accepting differences, that's the thing. You see, the thing is, it's not a matter of education. It's a matter of raising the awareness of human beings to certain things. And it's not going to come easy. In fact, I doubt it will ever come. So this thing is, you just have to accept that it's human nature. Buddha wanted to make the whole world into monks. Can it happen? It cannot happen. As much as we know the key to harmonious human existence, 99.9% of the people will never get on board. So we just have to accept that human beings like this and be able to appreciate human beings for being like that as well. Elijah, it's also the end of Ramadan. Yeah, it's the end of Ramadan. Ramadan is a 10 days holiday here in Istanbul. Yeah, I think it's coming to an end. 10 days holiday. Kisha, you hit them? You hit them? What do you mean? You hit them? What do you mean? I hit what? Elijah, it's just a matter of time before agriculture starts to bloom on the global scale. I don't know. I will hesitate to make that kind of prediction. For that kind of thing, I would hesitate to make a very firm prediction. You guys know I get a lot of things about the world right. Yeah. My most amazing prediction is for 2022. And if you guys have the smart and the tools to make use of my predictions, you would be millionaires by now. Okay. I get a lot of things right, but there's one that right there is one thing I will not commit to. Elijah, Heat what exactly? Yeah, Heat what? Miami Heat, they're doing kind of well this season. Oh well. We got stuck on this heat issue, and yeah. But anyways, it's almost an hour, and wow, it's a nice chit chat. Really a wake up chit chat for me. I woke up pretty much an hour ago, and it's been a really good chit chat. Thanks for coming, Elijah, Kisia, all my old crew coming back, and yeah, today good discussion. Good discussion. I had the opportunity to share about my experience growing up in the 70s and 80s, my experience around the world, my experience about racism, and my experience about prices and life here in Istanbul. Yeah, and why Istanbul still is my most favorite city in the world. Elijah, stuff is going to be expensive like produce in Korea. Stuff is expensive everywhere. Okay. Understand that this is a global issue. Elijah, same. I woke up too. You woke up? Why? Late at night for you. Like what? 3 a.m. in the East Coast right now? Huh? Oh well. Anyways, guys, have a great weekend. Have the great remainder of your weekend. 일요일 사흘 보내시고 내일 또 뵙겠습니다. 안녕.